Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about my current face routine using some of my very favorite products. I will show you how I go from bare skin to completely glam, and you will see every step in between. If you want to see how I do my foundation and face makeup to ensure that it not only looks flawless but it lasts all day, then keep on watching, baby. So this is kind of crazy because, you know, back in the day I wouldn't even go to Target without face makeup on. Now I am recording a video and posting it on the internet, so that's a little crazy, but I'm excited to be doing this for you. So I do not have anything on my face right now, except I did go ahead and moisturize my face using my e.l.f. water droplet moisturizer. I really love this stuff to wear under my makeup because it's super lightweight and I don't feel like it takes away from anything. Okay, so the first step you're going to do is prime your face. I'm going to go in with the Becca Backlight Primer. Like I said in my top 10s, this is one of my all-time favorite primers. I use it on the daily. It goes on your skin beautifully. So I'm just going to take a little dab. I'm going to rub it in my fingers, and I'm going to put this all over my face. This does give you a nice glow without being super dewy or like too oily or illuminizing. Since I do have somewhat oily skin and I do tend to get oily in like my T-zone and like right here, I do go in with the Benefit Professional Matte Primer. And this you literally need just a drop. I'm gonna put a little bit on my finger, see, nothing crazy. And I'm gonna rub that in to here and my T-zone. I'm not going to put this all over my face because I don't get oily all over my face, so I would just be adding product in areas that's not necessary. But you're going to just want to make sure that you're really pushing this into your skin and into your pores. So now it is time to apply your foundation. My number one thing that I need every time I apply my foundation is a sponge. Number one tip is make sure you use these wet. If you try to use these dry, it's a mess. It's not easy. It does not blend your foundation nicely. So make sure you just go under your water, do a little, get all the water out, and you would be good to go. So today I'm going to use Estee Lauder's Double Wear Foundation. I absolutely love this stuff. It is super full coverage, and the color I am using is Dawn. So now that I have some on my hand, I'm just going to take my sponge and I'm going to dab that in. And I'm going to start pouncing that into my skin. Okay, so now that I have the foundation on, the next thing I have to do is clean up my hand and take this off my lips because foundation on my lips legitimately scares me, and I just cannot look at myself like that. So now that your foundation is done, you are going to go in with concealer. I'm going to use Tarte Shape Tape in light medium. This stuff is the bomb. It's amazing. It covers any dark circle and it goes on beautifully. Super huge doe foot applicator, applies very nicely. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go in kind of like a upside down triangle underneath my eye. This stuff goes a long way, so you do not have to use a ton. You could probably actually even use less than I'm using. I'm just, you know, an extra kind of girl, so like I've said before, more is still never enough. Now that that is on, I'm going to take my little Eco Tool sponge and I'm just going to, again, bounce that into the skin. Now that you have your concealer on, you're going to want to set your under eyes. There's so many powders out there to set. I find this one of the hardest things to find because there are so many options out there and all of them honestly look nice and look very similar, but you have to be careful because there are a lot of powders that will give you flashback if you're taking photos or will make your under eyes look super cakey or dry, which is not the point of a powder. The powder is supposed to set that concealer in place so throughout your day you don't crease or it doesn't come off and everything stays intact. So I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Pressed Powder. This is one of their photo focus items, so no flashback. And this is in Neutral Buff. So I'm just going to take that, and I'm going to take this brush. This is actually a blush brush from the Ulta Beauty collection. I don't use it for blush, I use it for my powder, and I love it because it's like the perfect size to just get like right under there. Now that you've set your under eye, you're going to want to set your foundation as well. This is going to help it not only to stay in place all day, but to kind of get rid of that like tackiness, and this allows like bronzers or powders or anything else that you're putting on your face to just smooth and like glide right over. So one that I love is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. This one is in light medium. Again, this does have some color to it, but I feel like once it gets on the skin, it's pretty transparent. So this is what I'm gonna use. I love it. It really just gives your skin that skin-like look, which is ultimately what we all want. We don't wanna look like we have a whole cake face of, you know, foundation. We want it to look like we have makeup on, but in a very natural way. And I feel like this powder does that for me. So, by the way, I'm using the EcoTools Full Powder Brush. I absolutely love this guy. It is so big and fluffy, and I love the way that it feels on the skin. So I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna, again, bounce that into my skin. So now I have my skin set. It no longer feels tacky. It has like just a very nice finish to it. It feels like it is all in place. I can touch it without having to worry about anything coming off on my hands. I love it. It feels good. I do not feel heavy whatsoever. I feel very lightweight, and my skin looks very natural. Okay, so I look a little crazy because I have all my eye makeup done, mascara, eyebrows, the whole shebang, but I have nothing on my face. So now that that is all done, I'm gonna show you my last steps to finishing my face makeup. Okay, so now we are going to contour. Not a ton. I'm not one of those people who go crazy and like, you know, spend 30 minutes contouring their face. I just really like to contour under my cheekbones and my nose. I do have crooked nostrils. I mean, and those aren't going anywhere, so I try to contour them just a tad to offset how crooked they are. Okay, so to contour, we are gonna go in with Tarte's Park Avenue Princess Chisel Palette. And I'm gonna take my Morphe M460, and I'm gonna go into Carrot. I'm gonna brush that off, and I'm going to contour my nose. So I'm just gonna take the brush, and I'm just gonna go right along the edge of my nose, bringing it up into the eyebrow. You can just see automatically it kind of brings it in just a tad. This is gonna give you the illusion that your nose is a little bit smaller than it actually is. And then, totally not a necessary step. I mean, no technique behind this. I just take my two middle fingers and I kind of just rub the sides of my nose just to make sure that any harsh lines are buffed out. So we're gonna go back into this Tarte palette, and we're gonna go into Carrot, and ever so lightly, we're gonna go into Crown. And we are definitely gonna tap that off, and we are gonna take that and we're gonna go right under that cheekbone. I love, 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 love bronzer. So I don't know why I felt the need to do that. I don't know, I'm weird. So today we are gonna go in with the Balm Bahama Mama. This is a really nice, like kind of ashy tone bronzer. It looks really beautiful on the skin. So we're gonna take our Morphe 527 brush. I mean, mine is like looking a little haggard, but it's okay, I have another one. But that one looks haggard too, so it might be time that I, you know, get a new one. But anywho, we're gonna use this one for today. I'm gonna take this, I'm going to dab that in. This bronzer has a ton of kickback, so just make sure you are, before you put that on your face. And I'm kind of doing like a sweeping slash like bouncy motion. I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna hit my cheekbones. And I'm kind of gonna do a 3 motion. It's like forehead, cheek, lower chin. You can even see just with this side having bronzer and this side not, how much just more put together and defined this side looks. Now that you are looking like a little bronze goddess, it is time to do blush. So for this look, I am going to use Lorac Buildable Blush in Technicolor. It's just like a really pretty pinky color. I'm going to take the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush and just dab that in. Never forget this. Just think like when you're doing any sort of powder, eyeshadow, face, blush, just be like, okay. And then you're going to just dab that on the top of your cheekbones. Some people like to keep their blush like right there on the apples of their cheek. You can do that. I do tend to bring mine in and out a little bit more just because personally that's what I like. And again, I mean, this has been the routine throughout this whole video. I like to kind of do little bounces instead of going like this across your face. What that does is that helps put the powder or the product on top of what you already have on your face. Sometimes when you start going like this, you start to take away the makeup that you've put on before. But by doing this, you're not taking anything off or away. You're kind of just nicely adding to it and like pouncing that into your skin for a really nice, natural, I mean, if you call this look natural. Okay, you guys, so we are almost there. So now we are going to highlight. So I'm gonna go in with the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This is also what I use to highlight my brow bone. We're gonna take that, and we're just going to put a little bit of that on the bridge of our nose and then the tip of our nose. I'm also gonna do that right along my upper lip. Above my cheekbone. Bring it up just a tad above the eyebrow. And just to give it a seamless flow, I'm going to take that blush brush and just kind of make sure that it's not too harsh. So your very last step to your face makeup is you're going to want to set it with a setting spray. My personal favorite is the Makeup Fixer by Ofra. The only thing about this is like it's really hard to squeeze. Like, I'm pretty sure I got like 10 times more muscle in my finger ever since I bought this. There we go. You're gonna take this and you are going to spray it all over your face. Once I have it sprayed on my face, you can see it. It's like dewy, it's wet looking. I'm gonna take that same sponge that I used for my foundation. You don't have to use the same side, but just the other side. And I'm going to press that into the skin. What this does is it takes that setting spray and it really sets your foundation and takes away that powdery look from all the powders that you put on top of it. This is gonna give you a really skin-like finish. So this is how the final look turned out. I absolutely love it. My face looks super flawless. It feels so comfortable. I don't even feel like I have that much on my skin, but you saw I did a full face routine, so there is definitely product on there, but it does not feel like it. It is super comfortable. I know this is gonna last my entire workday. It's even gonna last into the evening. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.